you. I enjoyed. It would be a very insightful session for everybody out there, especially girls who are emotionally a little weaker. They will definitely learn from us and they will incorporate a few things in themselves. And this is the one message I want to give everybody out there that
Hello.
hello Swati, welcome to the session. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Rajni ma'am. I am doing great. And what about you, ma'am?
I'm also doing excellent. Thank you so much for asking. How was your morning?
My morning is going great. And thank you so much for inviting me onto your session. And I am waiting for a long time. I like sent so many mails to you. And thank you so much. And you made my day by replying me.
I know many people are sending me emails again and again, like spamming. They are spamming every day. But I have, increased my batches, like one-on-one sessions at the same time, the group classes. So I have to prepare for those classes and take classes. So I'm really busy with that. At the same time, have to edit videos and take care of the YouTube. So that is why for the last 2 weeks I wasn't able to connect to anyone. If people have recognized a little bit, I am posting my old videos, like videos which I recorded in February and March. So in
Okay.
April I didn't record much sessions, like maybe not many sessions, maybe two or three with the English Shari and then clapping go, or with one or two people. Yes, so I'm really occupied. I'm really sorry for that I made you to wait for so long, but I'm
No,
glad
no,
that
ma'am.
I
Not like that.
met you today.
No, I have no complaint, ma'am. I know you have tons of email and I understand that. Yeah, I'm
Thank you
just
so
waiting
much.
for reply and I will, answer that immediately. Yeah, you
Thank
have
you
very
so
less
much.
time. So I join immediately you and I replied, yes, I will join you today.
Great.
Yes, I
And
felt,
yes, your understanding also means a lot to me.
yes, I can understand, ma'am.
Great. Okay. So since you are here for the very first time, can you just give first your introduction?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. My name is Swati Jisrotia. I am from Jammu and Kashmir, and I am a homemaker, mother to one kid. And if I talk about my hobbies, I like reading, listening to music, watching movie,
Mhm.
and recently I also opened my own YouTube channel like last month because of you, because you also like a conversation video. I really inspired by your video so that I also have to work on my English. And like last 4 months I am listening so many content in English, like podcast, like your conversation video, and try to apply those all method in myself. And yes, I got so much inspiration, motivation from your video also. And I also like your journey, I saw your whole journey. I also saw your first video when you are recording your video. Maybe some, like music is going on in your background and you are reading from a book. And I also I also saw and observed so much, change in yourself. And I really so much inspired by your journey. And so I also thought that I should also apply those method in myself, and maybe I can able to speak very well, because like 1.5 month ago I was not able to speak in English. I know like reading, writing, and listening I understand, but not able to speak. But because of you I can say that, and I'm able today able to speak in English.
That really means a lot that somewhere my journey is helping people and motivating, especially like when they observe my journey since the start, then they are able to, have faith in themselves. Okay, if she can do, then we can also do the same thing if we maintain the consistency. And second thing, that you have started a YouTube channel. So this will help you to maintain the consistency and put your hard work every single day. Great. Okay, so as we decided that we will discuss the topic emotional intelligence, right?
Right, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
so first I want to know what emotional intelligence means to you.
Okay. According to me, ma'am, emotional intelligence means to know how I am feeling right now and how I can manage my emotion, as well as I am also like understanding the emotion of the other person. And it's really helpful to build good relationships in between family or with partner or in your career also. And it's like touches all aspect of our life, day to day life. We can use this emotional intelligence
Hmm.
to build good relationship, to we grow, to we evolve in society. In yes, it's really
Absolutely.
important. And you can also share your view about this
Sure, it
emotional
is.
intelligence.
I totally agree with you, and it is imperative, and it is a part of our growth mindset. When you want to grow in life, you need emotional intelligence too with that. And as you mentioned that you are always aware of what how you are feeling, what you are thinking, what is going on with yourself, at the same time people around you, how they are feeling, how what are the situations they are in. You try to understand them. So overall we can say that it is kind of an awareness of your own self, and then you try to control, or maybe you have full control over the emotions. Like if you are in a bad situation, sad situation, you know how to overcome this, how to mitigate the severity of those sad or maybe difficult situations. Then you, if you are emotionally intelligent, right?
Yes,
Emotionally
yes, right, ma'am.
intelligent. Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yes.
Can you share any anecdote or experience where there was a very there was a situation, emotional situation, and you handled it very well, and your emotional intelligence helped you to overcome that?
Yes. Like I am a homemaker and I am a mother to one kid, and my son is very naughty. And I
Mm-hmm.
can share a real example to you, like how I can handle my naughty child. Like he's always, doing stuff like that. Always, like yesterday he spilled juice all over the home when I
Mm-hmm.
was so tired that time in the evening
Mm-hmm.
time, and I just try to, respond like in an angry mood, but I
Mm-hmm.
just stopped and just take a deep breath and just said that please help me in this, like cleaning this all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is also emotional intelligence, small moment when you pause and understand, because he is a small child and he
Mm-hmm.
make do these things. And we should also observe ourselves that why we are do show the angry mood to small child. And I think these small movement, when you think according to the perspective of my child, is a small and it's no need to show angry movement, and we
Hmm.
can understand his feeling also. And I think this is emotional intelligence in our day to day life also, so
Absolutely.
I can
And
say that.
as a mother, it is like the thing which you encounter every single day. And mothers are like
Yes,
more emotional than others, than
yes.
fathers, even in the family. So, and here you used a word, very nice word, which is responding. I thought and I paused and I gave a proper, thought to what I am going to speak and what kind of words I'm going to use for him. So the thing which came immediately in your brain was reacting. When you are trying to react, but at the same time you stopped yourself. When you are emotionally intelligent, you are stopping yourself to know, pause, think, and then respond. That is like you refrain from reacting, but you try to respond in a well manner using your emotional intelligence. And that is a strong sign to build, great relationship with your kids. When you are emotionally intelligent, you are able to teach them too. Great.
And ma'am, you can also share your any incident where you use this emotional intelligence.
Many times, I must say, there are many experiences I have experienced so far. And recently in my family, like a few things that's a little personal, like few things happened, took place. And like my mother and the ladies, especially, were so emotional. And that is, they are considered more emotional than men. So the male members in my family, whether it is my brothers, siblings, cousins, or my father, they are like trying to understand the situation and staying calm. But on the other hand, my mother or maybe other aunts, they are like scared, or they are worried, or they are saying negative things all the time. Then I understood well, very well, and I tried my level best to pacify them at least. Because if the male members in the family are already strong, but if three or four females are saying negative things all the time and asking question, what will gonna happen now, what will we will do now, what he is gonna do now, what, how we will handle the situation, how we will overcome, if they are constantly asking this kind of questions, then male members in the family also becomes or feels a little weaker, because right now maybe they are also trying to understand the situation, but females are creating unnecessary negative environment or unnecessary doubts and things that is not
Yes.
required. Because if anything happens in the family or anything happens related to career, then you need to be a little more pragmatic too. You have to understand step by step the situation, and instead of worrying about the situation, you should move for the solutions. So females are mostly in the houses, especially in villages. They are not that much intelligent, maybe emotionally, so they can, analyze step by step, or they can understand that okay, we have to be at least calm, so male members can focus on their work and they can find the solution. So there I really played a vital role, and I every single day I was giving lectures to stay calm, stay calm, stay calm, because your tension is not gonna give any solution, so be calm in that. So this is how I handled. Even like females have this habit to, when they are in that situation, like when they are feeling weak, they call each other. Like my aunt will call my
Yes.
mother, my elder sister will call my mother, and they will pass that negative thoughts and the tension. So that's what I stopped. That's what I do. One thing, that do not call, do not talk about these things over phone calls again and again, because that is not going to help anyone. So this is how I try
Right.
my level best to handle situations. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
The next question I wanted to just ask you, that how you differentiate between reacting and responding, which you already answered, that you don't react immediately, you just pause and then you respond. After that, I
Yes.
want to ask you that do you think that we already born with emotional intelligence, or do you think that it is something which can be learned?
Yes, I can say that we learn from like unknowingly. We use emotional intelligence because observing our parents, how they react, how they respond in difficult situation. And if you are like not reacting at the immediate situation, like if someone very rude to us and we are not reacting that time. We are just trying to understand the other perspective of the person that time. Maybe they had bad day, so that's why they are like reacting. And I think that if you are like take a pause that moment, and you after some time you are like responding with a good manner, try to build good relationships, try to understand the other person, other perspective. And it also helps you to maintain that situations. And if you will react that time, and the situation will make more worse if you react. And I can say that yes, knowingly and unknowingly we understand this emotional intelligence by observing. Because say something anything, and it's not very helpful for us. And if we are observing, and like my child observing like me, and he understand very well, because children are also learning by observing their parents also. And as you said, that last question is I am not able to like recall the last question that you asked me.
Like, do you think we born with it, like with
Okay,
emotional
one.
intelligence, or we learn over time?
We learn, yeah. We can learn over time that how I am feeling today, why I am feeling this emotion this time, and we can journaling like our thought. What I like maybe at the night when I try to sleep, then I can take some time for myself, and like introspect myself, how I respond or react today, whether with my child or in society or with my partner. And yes, it's really helpful. And over time, if you practice this, like journaling your thought, maybe take your deep breath at that reacting moment, and it's really helpful for those moments. Then you can also manage the situation, and you can also manage yourself also. You don't need to be very reactive that time. And I can say that you can also learn this emotional intelligence by practicing some methods like journaling, deep breathing, meditation, or any things that is related to mind. You can do those activities that keep your mind cool and composed that time. Yes.
That's really amazing to hear you, and I totally agree. But as you used a word which is unknowingly,
Okay.
unknowingly, we learn a lot of rubbish things too, which are not gonna
Yeah.
help us. Once we become aware and once we start doing things knowingly, deliberately, or
Yeah.
intentionally, then we switch to that growth mindset, awareness, emotional
Yeah.
intelligence, gaining knowledge, building skills, building personality, such things. But I am not I don't agree with unknowingly thing, because unknowingly
I just
everybody's,
perspective of
yeah,
child. Perspective of child.
yeah, that's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
saying for myself.
Yeah,
Yes.
as per, like, if we think about a child, then it is like everybody's circumstances are different, and the places where they come from, like many come from villages and many come from the cities, so their mindset, their way of thinking, their thought process will entirely different when they come to one place. Like a person from a village and a student from a city, if they are going to a same university, their way of thinking, their way of managing will always be different, right? But over
Yes.
time, once you start doing knowingly such things, then you become little more stronger and you become great at emotional intelligence or anything, whatever you want to incorporate in yourself. That's one, but it is somewhere challenging to, be very strong or be very intelligent when it comes to emotions. It requires a constant practice, like every single day, as you mentioned, like journaling, how whatever you feel, whatever you think, whatever is going on in your life or around you, you try to, contemplate well. You try to note that down in your journal, and then you try to do the meditation and breathing exercises, which are, I totally agree that they are super helpful. They are able to change the personality altogether. But I want to know, like, since when have you been doing meditation, journaling, and breathing exercise? And what hit you, or what inspired you to start these things? These are not the things which we are doing since our childhood. I am not doing it. Like, I got to know later, way more later, that okay, these are the things which can shape me or can change me entirely, like 360, which I agree. So I want to know your journey. Like, when did you start doing journaling, meditation, or breathing exercise, and what inspired you? Yeah.
Yes, I can say that I don't know the term of emotional intelligence, but but I know how to control my emotion because when I was in sixth grade or seventh grade, I used to may like do meditation because my father that time do meditation yoga and my mother also do that the same did that the same, and I observed them and I learned to apply those meditation yoga or morning walk, evening walk. This is included in my, I can say that since childhood. I know how to control my emotion in difficult situation, but the term emotional intelligence I learned recently, like 1 years ago. But I know how to control the situation. But I can say that the term emotional intelligence I learned last years. But as you know that this I think learned by observing my parents how you can cool your mind in difficult situation, how you can control your mind, and how you have to in conflict situation you have to be very responding that time. You don't need to react that time. And after marriage, I can say that I totally my mindset is totally changed. You get so much responsibility after having a child. Your hormones totally change. Your inner emotion that time when you have a very small child, your emotion always you feel angry, you feel what we say like irritating. And that time I try to control myself how I can can control my emotion in a balanced mood. That time I do some breathing exercise, meditation, and it's really helpful for me that time. Yeah, that is my journey about emotional intelligence.
Incredible. I must say, it's incredible that you are aware. At the same time, as a mother, you are aware of the things which you are going to do and take steps. Like, you understand that okay, the son, your kids are going to learn from you itself, and that is very essential to keep that in mind while when it comes to reacting and responding, because you always keep that in mind, and that is very essential. Okay. Is there any other practice, or is there any book that you have read related to something which can make your life easy, or make your, help you understand yourself better?
I think I learn about the self discipline, the power of self discipline. Like recently, I started self help book, like the power of self discipline, the power of subconscious mind, and I also can say that these books helps me to apply those matter method in my life. How a disciplined person can do something great in his or her life. So I can say that these books helps me to control me and control my action also. In discipline you have to control your action, and if you are controlling your action, and automatically your emotion also control, I can say that. Yes, these
Absolutely,
books.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There are many books who helped me a lot to understand myself at the same time, environment and people around me. And I think during my school I was way more pragmatic person. Like I was not that emotional, though I was a little, because I was in hostel. So when you go far from your family in sixth standard itself, you definitely will cry, and I cried for 3 years
Yes.
continuously during sixth, seventh and eighth. After that I became a little stronger, and I had one thing in my mind, to not quit and not give up. Back then also, like everybody, when we joined in sixth standard, a few of my classmates, right after 1 week or 15 days, they just had their they just disconnected from there, and they took admission back to the same school. Like they came back to home and they started their studies from there. But I had one thing in my mind: no matter how much I'm going to cry, no matter how much it is difficult or challenging for me, I'll make it. So that was the mindset I had back then. So I was very pragmatic throughout the school, even during college also. But after college, and then now, after talking to many people, I have become a little vulnerable, a person who is able to understand others. Like these books, this journey, and talking to people, these things have helped me a lot to change me 360, understand people, their perception, and accept them, and then feedback. And earlier I was like, if somebody is getting angry, why? Like I was also kind of aggressive person, but now I understand this is not about me. If they are getting angry on me, this is about them. Maybe they are struggling with something, maybe there is something going on in their mind, or maybe they are not feeling physically healthy, or something is there in on their own life, and that is why it is happening. So I think our own journey teaches us a lot, and through observing people, as you have shared, we
Mm.
learn when we are conscious, and when we are attentive, that okay, something is there which you are lacking in, and that you are going to learn from that. So I think my journey itself has helped me a lot. At the same time, there is a one book which I have adopted entirely and incorporated few things in me, which is, I think if you have seen my videos, I shared already, that is Four
Yes,
Agreements.
you say like what we say, attitude is everything.
Attitudes is everything, and Four Agreements is something which I liked very much. I have read it 2 times, and these are very great four agreements they have shared, which make your life easier. Then you don't take
Okay.
anything personally, you don't make assumptions, you are very positive or impeccable with your words, whatever you say to yourself, to others, and then you try your level best to give your 100%. These are the four agreements. You just keep them in mind, and you make your life easier. And whenever something happens in my life now, I just keep one thing in my mind: just I let me give my 100%, let me give what I can add here and what I can improve. If the results are not, like, you should be very clear that results are not in your hand. Only work, only action is in your hand.
Work.
And once you focus on that, you definitely grow. Nobody can stop you. You are like unstoppable if you're just focusing on that one thing. Okay.
Yes,
So
definitely.
is there anything that you would like to add or discuss?
Yes, I want to ask that, like, from your journey, how, like, today you feel that, and that day when you start your journey, is there any changes that you observe in your, maybe in your overall personality or in your emotion? How
Hmm.
much change you feel that, yes, today I am totally changed. The very first day when I start your journey with YouTube, and today, that
Oh,
really helpful for me and your audience also.
that's really huge. As you have observed already, like since the start, it
Yes,
has changed me a lot, emotionally, mentally, financially, a lot in every aspect, I must say, a lot. Earlier, when I started, one thing was there, like like when I started, one thought was that, like, let me just work on myself, let me just improve my communication skill, and later I'll work somewhere else. That was the only thought. So I wasn't expecting anything from YouTube or like that. But I feel grateful. I feel that it was a fortunate thing that happened, or maybe like the way I believed in myself and in the universe, it has helped me to find the right path and gave me the right direction. So I feel great, and I feel that it has changed me a lot, like drastically. That's what I accept and I'm grateful for. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can say that looking wise, you are also very different. If I, see your first video and today, and you are looking younger and younger day by day,
Thank you
I
so
must
much.
say.
I appreciate your compliment, and it was really lovely interaction with you. I enjoyed. It would be a very insightful session for everybody out there, especially girls who are emotionally a little weaker. They will definitely learn from us, and they will incorporate a few things in themselves. And this is the one message I want to give everybody out there, that you should be very good at managing your emotions. At least if you are crying in front of everybody, people will take advantage of it. So start,
Yeah.
be your best friend, start doing the journaling, sit with yourself, analyze how you are feeling. And one thing is common in me, and that has, you know like came into my that has come because of the constant practice. Maybe nowadays, whenever throughout the day, my mind like unknowingly asks me this question: how are you feeling? What are you going to do next? What is next? And if there is anything which I shouldn't be doing, like immediately my mind tells me that, okay, if if this is a human tendency that we start comparing ourselves,
Yes.
or we start judging ourselves, we start doubting ourselves. These are the very common things which people do on a regular basis. So immediately my mind is like that much aware to tell me that, oh, why are you comparing? Why are you doubting? You are, if not talented, you are the person who is disciplined, and
Yes.
discipline consistency can beat talent. So this is something which you have to conquer. Like, we have to you know uh, make that sure that your mind is that much stronger to help you all the time, what you are thinking, how you are feeling, what you are going to do. So I feel that that would definitely help people out there, and thank you so much for connecting to me.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I really enjoyed this thorough session,
Likewise.
and I learned from something new from this session also.
Likewise, thank you so much. Have a
Thank
great
you
day
so much.
ahead. Bye bye, take
Thank
care.
you so much. Bye. Bye.